Okay. Lots of intensify. That's cool. That's cool. Just want lots and lots of buffs. Yeah, let's play with Medusa. That sounds fun. Maybe we'll summon Cat. Ugh, he's so annoying. I promise I am blocking in here. Hold on. I'm just gonna restart this one. Hey, Maya, how's it going? Oh, I hate his stupid combos so much. Cool, why not? All right, how we doing? Nice. Hey, Saint, how's it going, dude? I'm glad people are excited. Come on, buddy, throw it. Thank you. Nice. Hey, Mo. Have a doctor appointment in the morning? Gotcha. Hope it all goes well. I'm hoping not to be here too late. I was up way too late last night. But I want to get some streaming in, and I have tequila, so. Hey, Silver. I really need to figure out some of the same things that other streamers have with like warnings for ads. Because I'm going to tell you, there's one coming in 10 minutes for you on Twitch, but I'm not going to remember to mention that every time. Uh, I think I'm gonna wait for a little bit longer before I say who designed her. But I don't mind you asking at this point. Nice. I'm really glad I got to make Cosmic Killmonger. I'm quite fond of him. Whoop! My bad. Okay, I understand the link between the effect area for Agatha and High Evolutionary. So I totally understand that guess. What's the link to Bill? I'm going to ask you to unpack that one. Whoop! Hmm. They were made by the same designer, yeah. I can understand that. I thought you were saying that that reminded you of Bill. I was a little confused. Hey, Boyd. Hey, cat. And as a reminder, High Evolutionary is not the only one with a field, right? We also got Leader and stuff. Nor are they the only one allowed to use that. I was just curious if you were seeing similarities to Bill there. Let's see. Unfortunately, because I do want to use Medusa somewhere in here, the armor breaker against the one who punishes non-dots is probably not the way to go. Hey, Bleezy, how's it going, dude? He died fast, it would be fine. You're not wrong, but that's because EQ is undertuned. It's fine, we can kill Torch. Something, something, X's. That was really annoying timing, Johnny. Not cool, bro. This is why you were only a boy toy. Oh, there was a good timing joke in there I completely missed. That's funny. Woo! That was not my best there. Whoa! Really should have caught the panic going away. Alright, well this is gonna hurt. Alright, maybe we stop trying to pause those. I need the panic. That's fine. We'll heal him back up on somebody else. How's it going, checks? Why did I do that? Maybe it's Stockholm Syndrome? No, I think they did a good job with Squad Builder. Like, it doesn't have to be your favorite thing, and I think it would be really tiresome if it were always active. But I think it's graduated into a legitimately good side event. It's the kind of thing I'd be pretty happy to see couple times a year, maybe 3. I don't think we necessarily need it every saga. That feels like it might be too much. Oh, she absolutely is, Jonathan. Whoop, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, well that's gonna really stink. I should have just let it die. I'll take it. Hey Sam, how's it going, dude? I played way too much Squad Builder. I probably haven't played enough. I'll probably play a little bit after this. Or I'll play some Battlegrounds, or both. I don't know. Yeah, I hear you there, Bleezy. Like, there's just enough strategy and variation this time that, like, it's simple. It's very simple. But I do find it engaging. Hey, Globs, how's it going, dude? How slow it is? Hmm. I don't know how much I agree with that. I think I understand what you mean with just, like, going through the screens. But honestly, that's kind of a UX issue I have with our game in general, where I think there's a lot of things that are important to draw attention to when you first start playing the game, or when you first see a mode, that we just should allow you to opt out of coming back to, and we don't. See, like, you're using the example of Balatro. If you've played Balatro, you probably, assuming you know the setting is there, you probably long since turned up the speed on it, right? Like when I play Balatro, I'm always playing at least the medium speed, if not the highest one. I think for Slay the Spire, I ticked it into the higher speed too, right? And we don't have something like that, right? You have auto fight in the fight, but we don't have any kind of setting for, like, yes, I understand how EQ works. I've done portals before. Can you speed up the thing and, like, not do the little animation and just put me on the other side? I promise I won't be confused. Like, you don't have to say, oh, this pre-fight applied, congratulations, just skip through it, right? Like, I would love that kind of overhaul to our UI where you just, like, click something that says veteran mode and you never see certain animations ever again. Oh, the total engagement time is not bad at all, Kevin. I'm just talking about the fact that I get fatigue going through our menus after a while. Did I not change it, Maya? Maybe I'm thinking of the original. I have absolutely sped things up in Slay the Spire. Or is there an intermediate speed and you forgot because you turned it all the way up a long time ago? Maybe I've only sped up the original. Hey, K96, how's it going? Yes, Black Tarantula was mine. And Bitter Steels. We collaborated. Yeah, fight speed randomization was funny. I feel like the fights are an unnecessary part of the game mode. I don't know that I'm going to follow you there. I do think it's kind of important that it is still MCOC. Because otherwise it's just a skin on like a bad Balatro. And I'm not really here for that. Thanks, Kay. +1 is definitely almost always best. I know there's math on it being more complicated, but it's like close enough. You could do +1 every single time and be fine. I understand you feel that way, Jonathan. I kind of doubt that would be universal. Yeah, that was definitely just an oversight, Millennial. Um, and it's kind of a weird one because they would have needed to pick a faction for them to benefit from, because it would have been way too chaotic if they benefited from all of them, right? But that has definitely been brought up, and next time we do something like this, they will do something to fix it. Okay. Hmm. I don't know why I waited that long. That was very annoying. I'm sorry, I'm so confused by what's going on here. Why did he stop gaining combo? Oh, because I have prowess. Okay, I forgot how that works. Cool. Going good, Akbar. How's it going, man? I am out of tequila, but that's okay. I had enough. We're just cruising through here. Nice. Glad to hear it, dude. Thanks for stopping by. I'm just reminded. I saw a post today of Hannah Waddingham. If you know her from Ted Lasso, and it was captioned Emma Frost if they weren't cowards, and I think that's very funny. It's not. We're close to the last week for EQ, but you don't have to finish it by tomorrow. No, if that's what you meant. Ah, stupid. That's fine. Still fun. Yeah, Danny's a lot of fun. I'm very happy to see her getting more flowers. Hey, Nartik, how's it going, dude? I am not surprised to see that take from you, Cat. I would love to see an update to Taskmaster someday that actually just let baseline mutants work a little better against him without needing extra ability accuracy. One of the most annoying things about him. I'm glad to hear that, dude. I'm probably about to test it myself. My butt is in that theater day zero. Yeah, you and me both. Whoop! That's not very nice. That was even less nice. Thank you for the combo ender protection, Pixie. Danny might be going up to rank 5 for me after this Coliseum ends. That's very cool. Yeah, I like her a lot. I want to see an update to Taskmaster where star level goes from 6 to 7. I think he probably needs more than that. Not complaining about not having been to the theaters in about 3 years now. I get that. Some of them are nice, but yeah, I understand where you're coming from. That'll do. Cheap theaters are fun with friends. To a point, the lack of cleanliness in many cheap theaters does get to me these days. I was actually kind of about to say the opposite, is that like these days I kind of want the nicer theaters where I have more space. And I'm allowed to drink or something. But I don't just want like I don't like the quote high end unquote theaters because oftentimes they just turn the sound up way too high. And like I do not need the experience of going to a rock concert when I'm trying to enjoy myself. Don't touch him. There we go. Probably not the stuff you'd be looking for. I mean, it's the cleanliness is more important. I don't need alcohol to watch a movie. But I need the impression that if the chair starts to break, it will be replaced and the leather has been like wiped down with care within the last, I don't know, month. That makes sense, Jonathan. Oh, right. He has crit resist. Silly me. Okay. I mean, I'm with you there, Akbar, except that a lot of locally owned businesses are still corporations. And even like to the point of what you're saying, like I don't think there is a theater within a half-hour drive of me that is not a chain. Like it might be a local to Texas chain, but they're all chains. That's not really a horse that I can clamber onto. Ugh, that's really annoying, cat. I'm sorry to hear that. I can tell you that every theater in Alaska is disgusting. I'm sorry. I wish that surprised me more. All right, have fun ranking Toad Cat. Catch you later. Yeah, that's just a little bit unique, Akbar. That just might be swaying your opinion. Come on, buddy. Yeah, no, that's cool that you have that. Were there no skill defenders on the way here? Let me use Toad, dang it. Should have brought somebody else. I'm sorry to hear that, Jonathan. Hey, thanks for the raid, Dread. I appreciate you, dude. Welcome, everybody. And welcome, Gucci. We're finishing up EQ here, then I'll probably do some squad builder. I might do a little bit of Battlegrounds. I'm still figuring that out. But welcome, everybody. Hey, Hike, it's been a bit. How you doing? How are you doing? Good. Oof, that's rough, Jonathan. Yeah, I think the thing that resonates the most with me out of this conversation is like I I miss the small town bowling that we did used to have where I grew up. They have all been replaced. The one bowling place nearest us has actually been replaced, like bought by a different chain, I think 3 or 4 times since I was a kid. Say la vie. I appreciate you, Dread. Hope you had a good stream. You know, for this node, maybe it's actually better to intentionally get a shorter first Tempest with Storm. I don't know why I shortened that combo. That's not quite what I was intending to do. Alright, there we go. Blam, blam, blam. Yeah, I feel that as well, Jonathan. Sometimes you don't want a package shield. Thanks for your enthusiasm, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Hey, Vital. Wish I had played more Squad Builder. I didn't realize that Scream Ascension came from it until it was too late. Ah, I'm sorry to hear that. That's a rough one. Come on, buddy, go unblockable. I know you want to do it at the worst possible time. Oh, that was stupid. All right. Safe. There's the big neuros. How long am I going to be live for? I think probably at least another hour, but I don't know how much longer after that. It is starting to get late for me. Depends on when you get her, Mason. Because, like, this is definitely going to be the only source of Scream Ascension for a while, but she'll come back. That's really cool, Jonathan. Yeah, like everything comes around eventually, right? It may not be as fast as you want. I know there are people still waiting for Dark Phoenix to come back. But everything is eventually available for free in this game. Even 7-star Jessica Jones has been available without spending money. You gotta work for it, but yeah, eventually everything comes around. That's my fault. Excuse me. Okay, come here, buddy. This is what I get for not really paying attention. Yeah, Danny did fine. That part could have gone better. Hey, Robert, how's it going, dude? How close am I to Twitch partner? I don't know because I have applied. I mean, I'm eligible, right? But I have applied twice, and both times it's been like, your application is under review. You'll hear back in about 2 weeks. And then it switches back eventually to, you're eligible to apply. And it's like, great. You could actually tell me no. Maybe tell me, like, we don't think you stream often enough. We don't think you get enough viewers, right? Like, some feedback would be nice. Oh, well. I know there are a lot of streamers. Yeah, I actually haven't applied again yet because I just got the reversion to you're eligible to reply. I think literally 2 days ago is when the last one came in. Never received an email. Did you receive an email when you were, or like if you applied and were rejected once, did you get one? Like, I know I have the right email because I'm literally looking at it right now. Um, and I'm seeing like Twitch payout processed successfully. So they know where to find me because they're paying me. I don't know. All right, who are we going to get from Pity? They're scared of spiders. Oh, that's really cool, Jonathan. Part two. My friend introduced me to the monthly comedy shows at our historic non-movie theater. That is very cool. I love comedy shows. Hey, Hoosier, how's it going, dude? Okay, I don't mind that. Is that A2 for her, or is that the second overall poll? How we doing? Okay, that's the second overall poll. Been a lot of those lately. I'm not upset about it, but I would like to make some progress in towers. It's interesting that this alliance feed doesn't account for Ascension. Like, I'm not over here watching for my alliance mates, but you'd think that Cersei poll would say an ascended 7-star or got a crystal, or what's it called, a cluster drop from their empowered grace crystal. Ah, well. Onslaught or Yelena to rank 4. I do think Onslaught is objectively more powerful. They are both going to add value to your account. They send you an acceptance email, then when you accept it, the 70 tracker thing resets. That's why I asked. Maybe I'll contact support and try and at least get some clarification. Hardest champion to get is Deathless Thanos. Yeah, no, I know he's up there. Maybe it'll get easier someday, but I get it. Okay, let's open some stuff and then we'll move on. That's nice. Okay. Not the most important relic, but that's okay. 7 stars are 7 stars. Yeah, I'm glad you asked because I kind of thought that I was just going to have to keep applying and then I would eventually maybe get something. Yeah, the double resistance one is probably good to throw on Defender. Awaken that. Why do the red numbers not disappear from the platinum track? Dude, I don't know. I like there's no way this doesn't sound like shade, so I apologize to any of my coworkers that this gets back to, but like it it just must mean that our QA passes don't include the boosters because I think that's what breaks it is the boosters add like extra time locked payouts you can't claim and that's what causes the phantom notifications and they're just that wasn't caught because it's clearly not how it should work. But yeah, it annoys the sin out of me as well. First appearance, Deathless Thanos when? That would certainly be a carrot, wouldn't it? I don't know. Someday we'll probably do something with Ascension with them. Yeah, that is exactly why it hasn't gotten easier, Robert, is like even now we want it to be worth it. We have to wean off of it. Or like when we eventually make it easier, we have to kind of get into it gradually because the last thing we want to happen is for somebody like yourself to invest the resources to get Thanos to feel really cool about it and the next day for us to announce like actually there's going to be a deathless piece in the calendar next month. Like that would sting, right? So we got to figure out some way to bridge the two. Oh, nice, Kadinsky. Who are you planning for your second rank up? Redo the Deathless Chase, but for Ascension. The thought has certainly crossed my mind. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what our monetization team has planned, if they have anything yet. I don't know why I hit that instead of the ×5, but whatever. Show him what he's won. Cool. I think those might all be max sig, except maybe Wong. He's 180. That's funny. I think we're at about 7,000 of these right now, but almost done with the box, so definitely excited to finish it. I just did the math. It would take $32,000 if you wanted to buy them with units right now. So is that like literally from scratch, not doing any of the permanent content, not spending any of the radiance? Because that seems too high for like only buying the pieces you actually have to buy. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a high number is high number. Okay, fully from scratch. Which means that because some of the pieces are in permanent content, it shouldn't actually be that high for anyone who's motivated to go do it, right? But the real number, let's like assume you don't have radiance, right? Like you started the game recently, you rushed through to whatever you need to unlock the challenges, probably Paragon or something. You do all the challenges. Let's assume it costs you 0 units, and then you buy all of the pieces left. That's the number I'd be interested in. And my guess is that's probably still That's probably still a good minimum 5,000, maybe 10. It's a big number for sure. 10 might be too high. Because there are a fair number, but I don't know. Yeah, you probably have the ones in permanent content. I can't show them to you, but like there's a selector in the Wheel of Fate if you haven't done that. And then like in your Karina's Challenges tab, which outing myself as not having done those ones. If you haven't done that content, there are still some permanent ones there. My second R5 has already been done. My third is going to be a lizard. Nice, nice, nice. Is it 3? I forgot. I don't track that stuff as closely as maybe I should. But that's cool. All right, I'm going to go check in on the Super Duper Box progress. We can open the rest of this stuff later. Yep, 7,000. Okay, well, glad I have a good read on it. Okay. Well, I also haven't done any Korg yet. Think, yeah, I'm going to start with Squad Builder because I have definitely not been contributing all that much to my teammates. I did buy the Silk Pass, yeah. Like, I already have Silk. It's not going to give me a whole lot, but first appearance is shiny, and I do think it's pretty objectively, like, worth $15 relative to other things. So I didn't mind doing that. Pardon me. Thanks for the follows, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Part of why I'm sending Danny is because she's guaranteed A2. Yeah. No, I totally get that. I I'm still waiting on. Actually, hold on. I'm going to come back to this in a minute. Okay, no, I don't have enough. This has been rankling me so much. Like, just the sheer number of science awakening or ascension tokens I've needed. Like, I can't really complain, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A2s. But I feel like that means I've maybe been a little bit unlucky with the distribution. I have 5 mutant A2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tech A2s. 1, 2. Okay, mutant is lower. That one actually doesn't surprise me. I'm struggling in that tower. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Skill. Yeah, I guess it hasn't been that uneven. And then we can't really count Maestro because we got free ones for him. I guess, yeah. Woof. Cosmic, I have just been struggling with pulling the Ascensions in the first place. Yeah, honestly, Uber, I think there's maybe a chance that they're off by an order of magnitude because that happens. But I don't know.
Personally, I actually never had dust expire because I didn't buy a ton leading up to that sale, and I spent what I used in the sale. But I get it. But I think personally the team did make the right call, which was to give out more dust than was absolutely necessary at first, even if it meant some people had it expire. Did not realize how insane my roster is right now. I have put some work and some money into it this year, absolutely. But yeah, I am on record as thinking like price aside, I think you should be able to buy more tier 2 dust in the store right now. Ooh, that worked out nicely. First few natural max SIGs the other day. Nice. It hasn't been that long for me. I know Mysterio was my first, but I think that was within the last 12 months. Yeah, I do have most of the box A2s. You probably picked up on there. Like I have the individual tokens for iBomb, but I don't have the science tokens yet. The other four are A2. Nice, Akbar. I'm happy for you on that with the silk. Hey Tyler, I got Tarantula from his crystals, been absolutely loving him. Solo Divas Collector, and took him into Epic Gauntlet. Nice. I'm glad you're having fun. He's definitely punching down a bit in Abyss, but that is a kind of fun for sure. Okay, 1, 2, yeah, that's fine. I think we just do the swap too. Oh, I hear you, Jonathan. That was me for the first couple months. I think I went into Ascension with, I don't remember the number right now, but I think when Ascension launched, I literally had at least a dozen of those 30 champions at rank 4. And I think I pulled one of them. That's very rude. I think I pulled one of them from the Ascension launch. It took me a long time to catch up, and I'm still missing several, right? I have SIG 200 rank 4, Nova, and Mojo at least. And I think I might be missing another that I have not pulled any Ascensions for. 3 days away. Nice. Glad that you were able to make the most of it. Cool. That's not bad. Takes so much investment to use them. Yeah, well, that's the trade-off, isn't it? Like, I've seen that comment a lot, but that's the inevitable consequence of trying to respect existing rosters by not having the Ascension crystals just drop auto rank 3s or whatever. Ah, it's what it is. I feel like I should be worried about y'all that are just strings of numbers currently following. Feels a little body to me. Hey, Cyber, how's it going, dude? Nice, Tyler. That's impressive. Nice, dude. I definitely am not off tomorrow. I have some pretty big deadlines coming up. But it's coming along. Why not? Probably going to enjoy 8 stars more once they show up. I can understand that. I've always been on the record as having no problem with rarity resets. If him Spidey is a regular champ release, my wallet is gonna hate me. No comment. Okay. Well, there's our faction reaction, and we do have 8, 10, 12. We have 2 as well. Like, we probably just literally want to drop out Venom and nothing else and try and go for a 6. We could go swap 2 and drop Kitty as well and double down on trying to get the 6. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. Yep. The only thing that's confirmed about Spider-Man Noir is that we have enough of a model to put him in game art. I think anything beyond that, if I can remember, or if I'm remembering correctly, is pure speculation. Can we get a 6? We got a 6. Heck yeah. There's as much proof for Noir as there is for Lockjaw. That's about right, isn't it? Symbiote Spidey is now confirmed. Agatha is now confirmed. Anything beyond that is speculation. Tim Spidey's a rebuild. The community team has now used that exact wording, and so I can as well. He is a rebuild. That means new model, new animations, new kit. Whoops. Whoops. Whatever. She's dead anyway. Man, sometimes they just really give you nothing. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like it's so much better, but just sometimes you have no direction. Nope. Oh, okay, we got lucky. Very cool. I think I've already gotten a Kingmaker, so that's nice. Still have not gotten a regular 3 of a kind or a 4 of a kind. Are we on pace for Scream? I have no idea. I don't even know where you can see the Alliance score, and I'm not going to look on stream just in case. Some of us have definitely done more than others. It's me, I'm others. Nice. Does it show you where your alliance is? see what we get. Gotcha. Then I will check later. Yeah, I know the placement in the solo event, but like that doesn't work for the alliance, right? That's the part that I'm asking about. Oh, hey, this is actually a pretty darn good draw. Okay, then we don't really want to change much. We've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so none of those change. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so our bonus does have room to lose one person. Cool. Oh, like the solo event. Okay, okay. I think I follow you, yeah. I will try that afterwards. I think I follow. I'll let you know if I am having trouble later. Probably not Fitch, because there was definitely a timer on those offers. The team generally leaves the box up open longer, so that if you buy something but then don't spend it immediately, you're not out of luck. But the flip side of that is obviously that that means the box is open longer than the offers, right? So I think this time you just missed it, unfortunately. Okay. I see Wild 2 and 5, so I think it is time to try and shoot the moon. Please give me the objective here. No such luck. I'll still try for it. But... Whoops. Okay. Let's just all pretend that didn't happen. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, I can understand that, Arctic. Yeah, like I'll take the triple because I don't have that yet. We'll go for swap 3. Maybe we can get a 4 of a kind out of this. And here we go. I clicked every symbiote, right? We'll see. I can't complain about that because that's more points, but it's not the title. We accidentally got a better hand. Yeah. I think my point there, Nartic, would be not everything is going to be available to free to play as the first time through, right? Like I said earlier this stream, eventually almost literally everything is. But it's not always going to be the way it works the first time. Interesting. Loving the wild cards. Yeah, I also like the idea of negative buffs. If it wouldn't like break all of our coding forever, it would be a lot of fun to do like a burn buff, right? Like a mystic that places an incinerate buff. That is not going to happen anytime soon. Because like I said, it would break all of our coding. But it would be cool. And I do think it's much more realistic for there to be um I think I could chase both. For there to be more what you call it. More buffs along the lines of toxic armor. Hey Aiden, how's it going, dude? Yeah, like Ghost Rider would have been an obvious one, right? Like Kushala has ignition buffs that serve as fuel. She easily could have done something along the lines of like the buffs are themselves what actually burns. But like to pull back the lens a little bit, the reason that that doesn't really work. Okay, this is honestly a good enough order. We don't really need to mess with it, but I think I'm going to swap 2. I'll drop Black Cat and Sandman. Um, The reason that like it wouldn't work is because when we code things like I'm immune to bleed effects, right? The way we have always coded that is pretty specific. We've coded it as like, okay, immune to type equals bleed, and then we have like another term I'm not going to say right now, but like um and then blah 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 equals debuff comma passive, right? That's the way all of those things work. If there's something that says like while suffering from a damaging effect, it is listening for like a group of types that we have defined as these are the damaging effects, and then it's listening for debuffs and passives. And so like the cleanup we would have to do to have all of those pieces of code, like it's probably literally 5,000 individual pieces of code in our game that we would have to go through on a case by case basis and ask ourselves, should this one account for it or not? And then probably we would also need to update, I don't know, hundreds of descriptions to account for the existence of like a bleed buff or an incinerate buff. It's just not worth it. But it is cool. Ugh. Is there any effect that exists as buff, debuff, and passive? Yes, but anywhere that that's true, we probably are calling the buffs and the passive, or the buffs and the debuffs, different things. Um, we've cleaned up a lot of those. You actually, if you pay close attention to some of our older bugs, you can kind of see where some of these used to exist. Um, like I think there was a node that gave either cruelty or precision passives to the attacker. And we got a bug in that said, like, hey, why is Emma Frost not getting these? And it's because Emma was immune to fatigues. And there's no difference, or there was no difference at the time between a fatigue passive and a precision passive in the code. We've now properly split those off, and we try and do that cleanup everywhere we can. But like the system doesn't really differentiate if both of them were just crit rating up, crit rating down. And the first thing that somebody's going to say is, well, can't you just listen for positive and negative? Well, what happens if something inverts buff potency, right? Or inverts debuff potency? It's, yeah. Anyway, like I said, these days we just split them off. Yeah, no, I get that, Nartic. I definitely get that. That'll do. Okay, I guess I'm going for yet another straight. I'm glad the wild cards aren't being shy. It is appreciated. If I'm aiming for 1%, I'm honestly just aiming to help the alliance. I don't even know what the rank rewards are for solo. Nah. I love Pavita's victory anim so much. Thanks for the follow. That's what I thought, Aiden. In which case, yeah, I am just aiming for helping the alliance. Okay, we could go. Oh, we have another Kingmaker. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to swap out Paviter and Emma and try and get the bonus and maybe get a 4 of a kind. So swap 2. Stupid flyers. Oop. Got a little lucky there. I didn't realize the long bleed had fallen off. I'm liking Craven unironically. Like, Craven needs help to be relevant in the modern game. Don't get me wrong. But there is a lot of really cool stuff in Craven's kit. His designer very much knows what he's doing. I don't think it's an accident that you're enjoying him. All right, I'll take that. We got the double bonus. Yeah, exactly, Cyber. Craven absolutely walked, so a lot of other champs could run. He is the blueprint in a lot of ways. Which is funny because like we learned a lot from him, but also Craven's designer was very explicit with us. Like, under no circumstances should you be referencing Craven's code for doing anything. He's like, I made it work. That doesn't mean it's good. Craven has been cleaned up, though, now, with more modern code. I don't think that holds quite the same. Oh, there's definitely a fair amount of things in our game that are in subscribe to that mentality, shall we see? Shall we say? I mean, that's just kind of part of how live service games go, right? Like, you want to do everything the right way. You always want to do everything the right way. But sometimes you just don't have time to do it the right way. And you have to ship something, so you make it work. There's stuff I've done that fits that. Like, I consider myself pretty meticulous. Um, but there are things in Kate's kit, at least off the top of my head, that like we got better code for later. And I did what I could. All right, what are we gonna get? I was like, three of a kind. Give me three of a kind. And it's like, can I interest you in a full house while also getting a flush? It's... Sure. I can't complain. No. We've talked about it before, Arctic. I understand. I do think it's fair to say that Dracula's a little bit undertuned. I also understand better than most um, why that was the safe side to err on. Because there's a lot of really cool stuff in there. Yeah. But Dormammu can absolutely be crazy, Ekaro. Excuse me. I'm having trouble speaking at this point. I think the hardest part about reworking Dormammu properly is going to be that if we just tune him up, he would be broken, right? if we just gave Dormammu a lot of extra damage, maybe boosted his regen, he would just be OG magic with more immunities. And that's not good. Personally, I hope that at some point we just kind of start over on Dormammu. Maybe we keep the soul bond stuff, right? The like building power and then detonating it. I think that's the coolest part of the kit that can carry forward. But the I'm basically a tech and a mystic champion at the same time and keep my opponent from ever getting power ever. That part needs to go. Where am I at? A long way from 275, that's for dang sure. You forgot I designed Kate? I suppose at this point, I definitely can't be insulted by that because there's enough others. Yeah, I think I think Dormammu would be a fun one to rework. I just would not want anyone to be holding me to the original kit. We got 1/6. Why not? Let's go for it. Yeah, I'm just gonna go all in on the triple. Take care, Akbar. Thanks for the follows, you know. I should have slow played that combo and then we wouldn't have had to get another opening, but that is min-maxing this. Yeah, and that's I know you know this, but that's basically what I was saying as well. Okay, we got a double. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did say 5. Yeah, just do it. Amazing that we come out of that with a straight. Okay. Let's swap 2, see if we can hold on to the straight and maybe get another 6. Yeah, I agree with that. Scorpion's animations are so good. Okay. No bonus. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Hey, Easy. How's it going, dude? worst week and it's only Tuesday. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I know I'm close to a flush, but I'm just gonna dump these. I want that 3 of a kind title. I'm just hunting. Moved yesterday? Yeah, okay. In the rain. That'll do it. I'm sorry, dude. That one's a rough. I have 36 crystals before I get a cluster drop. Do I burn them on Cosmic Spidey, Black Tarantula, or Agatha? Ooh. That's a tough one. Like the fact that you say your Cosmics roster is suffering immediately, like for most people, that would give me kind of a yellow flag because putting that weight on an upcoming character that you know no details of their kit, um, and asking them to kind of save your roster in that way is risky and sometimes a recipe for disappointment. But I know that you are pretty forgiving about that stuff. So I'm conflicted. I'm just going to drop 5 again. Okay, we got the triple. Thank you, wild card. Do not follow my example. Ever R5A1 Phyla, R5A2 Null, and then all of your standard rank 4 Cosmics is my weakest compared to other classes. That's really not bad, though. Like, I understand where you're coming from, but that is doesn't sound like a problem. Rosters are all relative, of course. think we drop 4. Try and go for the straight or the flush. Yeah. Okay. Got the flush. That part's nice. Think I'll hold out for Spidey. Okay. I hope you enjoy him then. Mystic and Skill don't need any help. Gotcha. Okay. Take care, Cyber. And somehow this time I don't see the 5 sequential even numbers. I feel like I see that every time. It's actively bad for me. All right. It is kind of funny how because Black Tarantula has such nice prestige, the game's like, we know you want to use this guy. It's like, nope, for this mode, I actively don't. Cool, we take it. Okay. Up to top 13% now. Maybe I'll play some more tomorrow. We'll see. I didn't realize the timer on this was so short. Dang it. Okay, I need to do epilogue tomorrow. All right. Making a note. Glad I looked at that. That would have been very frustrating. Oh, yeah. No, I always raid. With, I think, one exception where I literally had to go for a meeting. I finished the drops, right? Just double checking my own inventory. Yes. Okay. Cat's Reddit posts about end dates. That would require me willingly going to the MCOC subreddit, Aiden. And for me in particular, that is not a good mental health move. But I appreciate the cat shout out. She makes good stuff. Narctic's in the same place. All right. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and close down YouTube, and then we will raid someone with the CCP drops. Probably going to be Abdo again. I think he's the only CCP person up. If you want, I definitely don't want to put that work on you, Aiden, but might save me in some places. All right. Take care, YouTube peeps.